Today, just 4. And so 5 games to try to make up 1 game against CMU. We'll scoreboard watch today. We'll talk about Major League Baseball today. We'll talk about the series today. We'll do a whole lot of infotaining for you today. It's a empty out the reporter notebook sort of Sunday here at Bob Wren Stadium. Chase Harris on the mound for the Cats. His numbers have been good. We'll see how long he can give Ohio today. Harris making his 5th start of the season, his 12th appearance. 3-2 with the 3.09 ERA. 35 innings of work, 29 hits, 12 runs, 12 earned. So that ain't bad, and he'd like to give Ohio some comfort for that pen. And again, Ohio hasn't had to go to the pen with the heavy lifters that often in this series, so that should help on a Sunday here against a real charged-up group of Cardinals to try to take this series. A, they want to take the series to stay in line with Central Michigan. B, they want to stay in line with their hopes of an at-large berth. They came into the weekend 50th or 52nd in the RPI, depending on the flavor. And so Ohio will try to get their 6th series split of the year. Can't win the series. There have been just one of those. But Ohio would like to at least split with the top 2 teams in this league, Central Michigan and Ball State. 86 degrees in Athens, partly cloudy. Chase Harris set to go. Aaron Simpson in the box, and the first one's plateward at 102. It's hopped foul up the line at third, and we are off to the races. Enjoy the broadcast and the ball game, everybody. Final time at home this season. We've got the video stream on YouTube. Gracie and Jason Chipino working with that. And we enjoy all of your company on this Sunday. Simpson hits .267, 4 homers, 25 runs batted in. Misses on a slow one, tailing away from him. It is 0-2. Simpson in this series, you ask. Well, he is 6 of 11. Does have 2 runs batted in. Right on right to start. Simpson swings and misses. Strike 3. That's a heck of a start. Chase Harris chases Aaron Simpson away. That's the first K of his ball game today. And that obviously is his 37th strikeout of his year. Here's Trenton Quartermain, their right fielder. Quartermain hits .316, 4 homers and 40 runs batted in. Left-handed batter. Quartermain is 3 for 9 with 2 runs scored in the series, and that one misses from Harris. It is 1-0. Bobcats are in the black tops, white knickers, red tops Ball State, gray trousers. Right on left here with the center fielder Fabic in a couple of steps, and the next one misses high. It is 2-0. On Trenton Quartermain, who's another one of their 300 hitters. .316, 4 homers and 40 runs batted in. And the pitch. Called a strike. That was a ball. It is 2-1. Quartermain wears 13. Cardinals going with the Reds. They wore the Reds yesterday in the second game of the doubleheader. 2-1, bouncing ball, slow roller, left of the mound. Going to be a tough play. Hafner barehand throws to first, and he got him. But they say that Whitworth Dukes was off the bag. I looked to the Bobcat third base dugout, and there's no protest there. So, therefore, that must be the right call, at least in the minds of the powers that be below me and to our left. If they don't argue the call, then it probably is the right call, even though it goes against the Bobcats. Even without the out, that was a heck of a play by Hafner. It was a slow roller, and the only way he could make it close was the way that he made that play. And Whitworth Dukes, unfortunately, wasn't on the bag, and so it is a infield hit. Here is Ross Messina, their right-handed hitting right fielder. He hits .298, 5 homers and 40 runs batted in. Messina is 1 for 11 in the series. Has 2 runs batted in. Open stance, raises the bat high, wiggles the fingers on the handle of the bat. He checked, but he did go around. It's a strike. It is 0-2 on him. Bright sunshine now. And it's going to be a warm one today. Temperatures in the upper 80s. Harris comes set And here it is. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's 2 in inning 1. 38 for his year now. Here's Nick Powell. Powell hits .349, has 4 homers and 33 runs batted in. Powell for the series, 3 for 8. 4 runs scored, has a homer. Left-handed batter, their left fielder. Open stance, back of the box, and the pitch. Misses outside. It's 1-0. It's not hard to get warm today on the mound. You can work up a lather real good in inning number 1. And I would imagine that Harris is. So the rosin's going to have to come into play today. 1-0 pitch coming from Harris to Powell. Up and away, it's 2-0. In this series, you wonder, Ohio's been outscored 14-10, out-hit 24-19. But won Game 2 yesterday, 5-1, nearly a shutout. Ball State scored late, 2-0, strike, 2-1. Ohio has a chance to split with both the top 2 teams in this league. Central Michigan was in March, Ball State here in May. And those 2 teams will duke it out in the final series next weekend. Fly ball, left center field. This ball has carry way back there. Warning track and off the wall, and it will skip over the wall. It's a ground rule double, and that saved a run. That saved a run. The only way he doesn't score is if that happens the way it did. The skip on that ball and the spin had it crawl over the wall. You can't score from first on a ground rule double. Ball State doesn't score from first on a ground rule double, and at this point, that saves a scoreless game. So a little Wren magic there. The creature comforts coming in for the Cats here. That was below and to the left of the scoreboard. And the hop happened before the warning track, and the spin propelled it over the wall. There's some trees beyond the wall there. And so to this point, the Cardinals have runners on second and third, but it probably should be 1-0. But it's not. So here's Noah Navarro. Up and in, 1-0. .313 hitter, 4 homers, 26 runs batted in. He's their right-handed hitting second baseman. Scoreless for now. Harris wants to keep it that way. And the pitch. Big swing and a miss. That was the swing and miss that he got on the strikeouts earlier. I mentioned they duke it out next weekend, Central and Ball State. They will, but they won't play each other. Ball State will take on Miami next weekend. And Central has Toledo, 1-1. Bouncing ball, high chopper, that's flagged, back of the bag, Hafner, it's a foul ball. And a long stretch at first. They would have got him, and that's 2 Webb gems in the same inning. One was an infield single. The other is just a foul ball. I don't know what was more impressive, the pick at third and the throw, or the long stretch by Harry Whitworth Dukes at first. Second and third, the runners, 1 and 2, the count, 2 gone, top of the first. Harris trying to chase the Cardinals away. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 3 strikeouts in the inning. Maybe it's going to be the Cats' day. Ball State should have got a run, didn't get a run. A ground rule double spun over that wall in left center. Harris regathers, and he gets the strikeout. The Cardinals get 2 hits in the inning. They strand 2, they don't score. A tall starter for the Cardinals is set to climb up on that mound at Bob Wren. We'll tell you about him next. Nothing for Ball State. Ohio coming up. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. we roll with it to the bottom of the first. Scoreless game. Ball State threatened, but did not score. A ground rule double by Nick Powell to left center saved a run because Quartermain had to stop at third. And thus, Ball State didn't score in the inning. So here is Trenor O'Donnell, Trenor O'Donnell. 6'7", 245, Southlake, Texas. Didn't go to Southlake Carroll. We saw a pitcher from there last weekend, but he went to Faith Christian, 1-2 with the 4.84 ERA. This is his 8th game, his 6th start, 22 1/3 innings of work, 23 hits, 14 runs, 12 earned. 19 strikeouts, 9 walks, opposition hitting .261 against him. Joe Weisenseal, MAC Player of the Week in Week 1, will start it off, hitting .309 now. That average has risen. And the first one's a strike to the right-handed hitting shortstop. It is 0-1. Weisenseal in the series is 5 for 10. Weisenseal last weekend at Akron homered and hit a bunch of balls hard. 1-1 the count. Thus, moving up in the lineup, the 9-man, and number 9 was the 9-man in the lineup. 1-1 pitch coming. That's low and outside. 2-1 the count. Powell, Simpson, Messina in the outfield left to right. Peltier, Tellier, Navarro, Quartermain infield left to right. Battery of Sebi and O'Donnell. 2-1, rocketed to right, moving back on it. Messina, he's under it and will make the catch. To the right of the 380 marker, maybe about 8 feet in front of the warning track for out number 1. Here's Trevor Hafner. Hafner trying to get that average back up, hitting .256, has 5 homers and 19 runs batted in. Hafner has seen the average drop a bit. Hafner, 2 for 12 in the series, does have a run batted in. Right-handed bat, squared to bunt, popped it up. This is towards the screen and foul. It's 0-1. Was somebody booing there on the bunt? Hafner, middle of the box, 2 white batting gloves, rocks the bat gently, and here it is from O'Donnell. Sweeps across this plate for a strike. That's a good pitch. It's 0-2. Bobcats have 1 series win. That was Eastern Michigan. Bobcats have 2 series losses, and those are head-scratchers to Bowling Green and Akron. Trying to split against the top 2 teams in the league. 0-2, a high, 1-2. But splits with Toledo, Central Michigan, Miami, Northern, and Kent State. So they lost series to 2 of the worst teams in the league, but they've been very competitive and could have won series against the best. 1-2. Slider sweeps low and away. He couldn't check it up. He did offer. It is strike 3. Hafner goes down. Strikeout 20 for Trenor O'Donnell this year. Here's Harry Whitwer Dukes. .326 hitter, 4 homers, 28 runs batted in. I didn't know this, but I guess he's interning in the Ohio ticket office over the summer. So if you call for Bobcat football tickets, HWD will put you in the seats to be. And the pitch, fouled back to the screen. Also, Ohio opens up with Syracuse at home. I don't know what capacity will be allowed. I think it's going to be full capacity, right? That's what the governor has said. So there is no reason why that home game with Syracuse to start off the season isn't a sellout, and Harry Whitwer Dukes can help you with that. 0-1 misses high. It is 1-1. What a non-conference schedule for Bobcat football coming up. Trip down to Cajun Field to take on the Ragin' Cajuns. I might have to drive separately to get set for that ball game and party it up down there for a couple of days. 1-1 is a strike. It's now 1-2. If you are thinking about making a road trip with Bobcat football, Chicago for the Northwestern game, and then make a week of it to head down to see our friends down in Cajun country as Ohio will take on Louisiana in September. That is going to be awesome. 1-2 pitch, 2 gone, bases empty. Fouled back to the screen. And they're already excited for it. I got some friends down there that are big-time Cajun boosters, and they are pumped for that non-conference game against Ohio. And there will be crawfish, and there will be cocktails, and it will be Cajun Field. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. Do it again at 1-2. Good at bat here for Harry Whitwer Dukes. Bottom of the first, scoreless game, Ohio and Ball State. Final home game of the season. Final game of this 4-game series. One and two the count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. O'Donnell gets back-to-back strikeouts against Hafner and Whitwer Dukes. Cats go down in order. We're supported by Steak and Shake. It's Bobcat Baseball on the radio, Ohio and Ball State. This is Ohio Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. In Mount Pleasant, they're already in the 8th inning. What? 8-4 Central Michigan on Eastern Michigan, bottom of the 8th. That's what D1Baseball.com has to say. We'll go to CMU Chippewas to verify that score. As Chase Harris is back on the mound, and Decker Scheffler is the batter. Left-handed hitting DH, hitting .299, and the first one's a slow one. For a strike, it is 0-1. Scheffler in the series, the best of the bunch, 4 for 7, 3 doubles, 2 runs scored, and a homer. And he spins away from that one inside. It is 1-1. Decker, Scheffler, and the bottom part of the Ball State lineup in the 9-2 win in Game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. They seem to do it all. Extra base hits aplenty, a whole nest full. Pitch misses up and away from Harris. 2-1. Yeah, the extra base hits were just falling out of their dugout, falling out of the nest yesterday. They had like 100 of them, and thus won by 7. 2-1 offering, high and wide, 3-1. So Central Michigan 35-16, 26-9 overall, and let's verify that score. They started at 10 a.m. today. Pitch misses high and wide. It's ball 4, leadoff walk to Decker Scheffler. That game's now gone final. Central wins 8-4 over Eastern Michigan. So, getaway day for the Eagles. They'll be back to Ypsilanti for the early bird special. They tipped off at 10 o'clock. I don't know if there's any weather up there, but they're done. And Central right now has a even bigger lead than they had at the start of the day on Ball State. Here's Ryan Peltier, their third baseman. .272 hitter, 4 homers, 33 runs batted in. Peltier has pelted 4 hits in the series, 4 for 11 with a run scored, 2 ribbies. Looks very hitterish up there with 2 red batting gloves, and the 0-1 misses up and in. It is 1-1 on their number 7. Chase Harris making his 5th start, 12th appearance. Alexander High School. Pitch to Peltier. Swerves into the zone for a strike. It's 1-2. So in that final game of the series in Mount Pleasant, there were 12 combined runs, 23 combined hits, 4 combined errors. Yikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Harris gets his 3rd. 1 gone in the inning. One gone, runner at first. Here's Chase Sebi against Chase Harris. 205 hitter, 3 homers, 23 runs batted in a crouch with a runner going. Hit and run on, swing and a miss. Throw down to second is too high. With Trey leaping to get that throw. Stolen base for Scheffler. And Ball State can run. That's stolen base number 55 for their season in 70 attempts. For Scheffler, that is his 6th in 7 tries. Man in scoring position now, 1 gone, and the pitch misses from Harris. It is 1-1. So Chase v. Chase here in the 2nd inning. Cardinals have to win to stay 1 back of CMU. Going to come down to the final weekend to see who goes to the NCAA tournament. 1-1. High chopper, left side of the infield, charging Weissenseal. Runner advances, throws to first in time to get Sebi. Helped that the catcher was running there. Here's Adam Tellier. 2 gone, runner at third. He's a .292 hitter with a homer and 25 runs batted in. Sebi on the series now 1 for 8. Tellier on the series is 1 for 10 with 2 runs scored. He got on via an error, and then he came home to score. 0-1 the count. Tellier, the 9-man in the Ball State lineup for Rich Maloney. In his 16th season at Ball State, he spent 10 years at Michigan, Maloney. And he took him to 4 NCAA tournaments, including the Supers in 2007. Bouncing ball to second, easy to be vacuumed up by Funderburg. Sidearm throw, got him. Inning over. Leadoff walk, no problem. Strikeout, ground out, ground out. Cardinals done in the 2nd. Bottom half next. Scoreless game. Final game of the home season for Ohio. Ohio and Ball State. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WEB. A go-to karaoke song, Amarillo by Morning, George Strait. I've sang that at karaoke north of 10 times, and every one of those times, it's been awesome. Bottom of the second inning is on. Scoreless game, Ohio and Ball State. Bobcat Baseball on the radio, supported by Go-Mart. 8 locations in Southeast Ohio. Marty, the Go-Mart Gopher, works real hard on social media. Marty, the Go-Mart Gopher, and Go-Mart support Bobcat Baseball on the radio. Bottom of the second inning, scoreless game. Back out there for work is Trenner O'Donnell. And Ohio will lead it off with Aaron Levy. Blue bat swings and fouls it off to the Ball State dugout. Good play there. It's 0-1. Levy hitting .290 is 115 hits in his Bobcat career. 7 homers, 21 runs batted in. Levy in the series, donut for 5, played in 2, left-handed batter against the 6'7" Trenner O'Donnell. And that is a swing and a miss. Strike 2, it's 0-2. Craig Moore just beyond that third base coach's box, interim head coach. O'Donnell exhales. And the 0-2. Stuck the bat on it, popped it up, shallow left, long run Powell. He's under it, and he makes the one-handed catch. 4 up, 4 down for the Bobcat 9. Here's Sebastian Fabic, hitting .264 with 5 homers, 20 runs batted in. Ohio's center fielder. Ball State trying to win its 6th series of the year. They swept Akron and Northern. Other wins over Toledo, BG, and Western Michigan. Solidly struck single to right on pitch 1 for Sebastian Fabic. Didn't do too much with it, just sent it the other way, right-handed batter. Here's Trey Funderburg. And that's the first hit, first base runner of the ballgame. Trey hits .256, 2 homers and 10 runs batted in. Fabic just had his first hit in 9 plate appearances in the series. Funderburg playing in his second game of this set. He did go 1 for 2 in the nightcap yesterday. Scored 2 runs. He was part of that 3 runs without a hit fund that Ohio had to put the game away yesterday. In at third is Peltier, and the pitch with Funderburg not bunting, misses low and in. It's 1-0. Trey's got a lot of lettuce coming out of the back of that helmet. And I'm real jealous. I mean, that's just a spoil of riches right there. Just flowing locks. And he's a D1 ball player? Get out of here. Throw to first, chases the runner back. Wonder when the last time he had a haircut. It's long. It's been long for a while. At least all year. 1-0, chases Fabic back. I mean, there's a lot that you could do with that hair. Business in the front, party in the back. Go mullet route if you wish. Just an option. 1-0, hit and run on, line drive, right center field, gonna get down, get into the gap, and bounce to the wall. Green light on for the flying Fabic. He will score without a play, and Ohio leads this 1-0. Trey with the hair flying. Flies into second with an RBI double. There was no way that Fabic was going to get cut down at the plate. There was no play. RBI 21 for Fabic with the fabulous locks. Sorry, for Funderburg with the fabulous locks, and that's RBI 11 actually for him. Gave the RBI to Fabic. Either way, it's a 1-0 Bobcat lead here in the bottom of the second. 1-0 Cats. Here's Trevor Lucas. .288 hitter with a homer and 7 runs batted in. Lucas hit the ball hard last weekend at Akron. 4 for 8 this series. Man in scoring position, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. So there was a lot good there in the first 2 batters of the inning. Fabic on pitch one went the second and third batters of the inning. Fabic went the other way with a single. Bullet to the gap the other way for Trey. And here is Lucas, and he takes a strike. It is 0-2. So O'Donnell retired the first 4 batters, and now the last 2 have produced Ohio's first run. So the Cardinals will not play from in front today. They didn't yesterday, and they lost in the finale of the doubleheader. 0-2 pitch, up and in. 1-2. If Ball State does not win this game today, they are 2 back with 4 to go against Miami at home next weekend. Ohio said they wanted to close the Wren campaign the right way, and they did want to play spoilers on the top of the standings. Their paw print impression. Bouncing ball, high chopper towards first, right at the bag, back of the bag, and Quartermain had to go down to get it, and on that, he tagged the bag for the out. To third on the play goes Trey Funderburg. 2 gone, runner at third, 1-0 Ohio, bottom of the second inning. There have been a couple of those the last couple of weekends of high choppers or shots that have been fielded literally right at the bag, and that was there. Here's Michael Richardson, Ohio's right fielder. Hits .240. And the pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. So Weisenseal and Funderburg up the middle. Richardson was in right field for a game yesterday and there today. Wears 8. Closed stance. And the pitch. That's low. Good restraint. 1-1 the count. Remember, Ball State 23-6 when scoring first, so they've scored first a lot when they're a good ball club, and thus they've done that. Ohio scored first in Game 2 yesterday, scored first today. Next one misses a little bit outside. 2-1 the count. 2 gone, last of the second. Will be sun and clouds all day long. Temperatures in the 80s all day long. Good day to work on a tan. That missed low. Did he go? Nope. He did not go. 3-1 the count. I'm still just getting over that sunburn from Akron last weekend where I broadcast on the top of the press box with no cover. And that was tough. Hurt. 3-1 pitch. Low, ball 4. Runners on first and third now. Here's Tanner Picnic. Senior honored before the game today. Heavy sports analytics guy. Tanner Picnic. Moneyball was on last night. Every time that's on, I mean, you got to watch. But that was the boom of the sports analytic era. And he wants to go into that. Big swing and a miss. Sports ad major, 175 hitter. He's had a lot of big hits in his Bobcat career, and he's spent a lot of time behind the plate, splitting time with Mason Minzy this year. You would figure a catcher would know analytics well. 0-1 pitch coming, 2 gone. Runners on the corners. Rope down the line and left foul by just maybe 2 feet. That's the shame of hits like that because he is right on it. And you could be too right on it. And he was so right on it, he was just 2 feet wrong on it, if that makes sense. I mean, literally, he knew that pitch was coming, and he knew what he wanted to do with it, and unfortunately was 2 feet foul. If that. 0-2 the count, 2 gone. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Ohio with the lead. Runners on the corners. Tanner Picnic. 2 white batting gloves, gentle rock of the bat. Looks out there to O'Donnell. And that's taken for a ball. 1-2. Feels like Picnic's been around for a while. And he has. And he's produced. Been in that lineup. Just one of those names that you've written down or known for years now. 1-2, runner goes. Hit and run on. Bouncing ball. That is just foul. Again, up the line at third. I mean, it was heading for the bag. If it hit the bag, Ohio would have gotten a run. They would have had a play because it would have popped up in the air, and Peltier would not have been able to pick it. So Funderburg back to third. Richardson back to first. Ohio was saved on a spin over the barrier in the top of the first and nearly got a little luck there too, but didn't. 1-2, low, good eye, 2-2. They are making the tall right-hander from Texas, Trenner O'Donnell, work. Opposition hitting .261 against him. They've got 3 real frontline starters, and if they get length out of O'Donnell, I mean, that's as good of a staff as you'll find in this league. 2-2 pitch, runner goes from first, low and away. They don't throw down to second, throw back to third, back in time at a dive is Funderburg. Stolen base, Ohio put the pressure on. Second and third, the runners now 2 gone. This is a really good at bat for Tanner Picnic. He has rifled the ball twice. He was down in the hole. He is now run full with 2 gone and 2 in scoring position. Top of the lineup coming up with Weissenseal, who's been hitting the ball real hard. And so a walk here wouldn't be the end of it because you'd have the bases loaded and the top part of the lineup coming up. But I know that Tanner wants to do some damage here. Payoff pitch, 2 gone, 2 on. Called strike 3. Fastball, that's a good pitch. It was maybe just at the bottom part of the knee, and Tanner must have been looking for something else because that was just rushing up there. It was over the plate, and it was a strike, and that's strike 3. That is the 3rd strikeout for O'Donnell. Ohio strands 2. Bobcats take the lead, though, on an RBI double by Trey Funderburg. We move on to the 3rd. Ohio and Ball State. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOEB. For behavioral health online at integratedservices.org. Chase Harris back to the mound. Given an early lead. Ohio stranded 2 in the 2nd. Back topside now for the Cardinals. Aaron Simpson, who struck out to start off this party in the 1st inning. Run on 2 hits for Ohio early, 2 hits for the Cardinals in the 1st inning. Had a base runner in the 2nd, stolen base into scoring position, but didn't score. Right on right in the pitch. Changeup misses inside. It is 1-0. This is game 119 in the all-time series between these 2 ball clubs. High chopper wide of third, foul. Ohio has 65 wins all time. Ball State is 53. Ohio is 31-23 in Athens. One pitch to Aaron Simpson. High, it's 2-1. This is Ball State's 100th year of baseball. Two-one pitch. Low, 3-1. Cloud cover over the ballpark now, and that feels pretty good. Ball State, of course, not the oldest school in the MAC, and they came into the league in 1973. 3-1's a strike, it's 3-2. University founded in 1918, and as a broadcaster, they, like Ohio, have a great broadcasting school. They do outstanding work with the Sports Link program there. Next one misses inside, and that clipped the wing of Simpson, and he's hit by that pitch. So the Cardinals have the leadoff man on. And you know about David Letterman and the rest of their outstanding alums. But they're more than that for sure. SportsLink program at Ball State, they churn out high-quality stuff. Here is Trenton Quartermain, singled in the first, and he was stranded on that ground rule double. Pitch misses outside. It's 1-0. Mentioned this during the basketball broadcast. Bob Ross, the painter, for whatever reason, I mean, he's not from Muncie. His television program was taped in Muncie for years. All the happy little trees and all that was done in Muncie. Fly ball foul, third base side out of play. 1-1 the count. And in fact, there's I don't know if it's a studio or I'd have to Google this, but you can go into a house or where that was taped and you can see like a Bob Ross experience. You could live the Bob Ross experience in Muncie, Indiana. Can you believe that? 1-1 pitch. There's a strike. It's 1-2. In addition to all that, the creator of Garfield, Jim Davis, is a Ball State alum. He's a Marion, Indiana native. 1-2. Chopped at the plate, in front of the plate, fair. Throw to second, got him on a force. Hanging on to the bag for dear life with a high extension was Weissenseal. Tanner Picnic had a bang-bang play to make. To field the ball in fair territory and fire a high fastball down to second, and Ohio gets the lead runner. If they don't get that with the meat of the lineup coming up, that's trouble. But now, Simpson out on the fielder's choice. 2-6. Quartermain on the fielder's choice at first. Here's Ross Messina. So if that play isn't made, it's nobody out and runners on first and second. Now for Messina, who struck out in the first, it's one gone runner at first, and that shot foul wide of the Bobcat dugout. One nothing Ohio, top of the third. So that's a lot of star power. Muncie, Indiana, and Ball State. 0-1 low and away. It's 1-1. And that's not even talking about sports stuff. When Ohio won in the MAC tournament over Ball State in 2015, it was Zach Plesac, current Indian pitcher, who took the loss that day. Ohio won 6-2. That was a fun day. 1-1 low. 2-1 from Chase Harris. Tyler Wells homered. Cody Gartner homered. Jersey John Adrian homered. Ty Black homered. Ohio homered 4 times in that game. It was just a blast off of a championship win. Messina waits. Swing and a miss. Harris just whizzed it past him. Let her high, tailing away. 2-2 the count. One gone here in the third. Ohio on top 1-0. Ross Messina, the 3-man in their lineup. No doubt in my mind Ohio was going to win that game that day. 1-2, hit on the ground to third. Off the bag, Hafner slides it over to second one. Trey to first, rack him up, double play. 5-4-3, inning done. Some real dazzling defense downs the Cardinals in the third. They get a couple of runners, not via hits. They don't score. 1-0 Cats as we go to the bottom of the third. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Online at visithughwhite.com. Bottom of the third inning is on. Joe Weisenseal will lead it off. 1-0 Bobcats with the run in the bottom of the second. RBI double Trey Funderburg. Back topside now to Weisenseal, who flew out in the bottom of the first. Right-handed batter, close to the plate, middle of the box. Trenner O'Donnell back on the mound for the Cardinals. Comes set at the belt and brings it home. Low, it's 1-0. That 2015 championship win, Ohio was actually down 1-0 after the top of the first inning. But even with that, nobody was scared about that. Pitch misses high and wide. It's 2-0. And that's not arrogance. It's just Ohio really felt at that time that they were going to win. And Ball State could have scored 3 runs in the top of the first inning. The Cardinals weren't going to win that day. They didn't. Ohio won 6-2. 2-0 coming in there for a strike. It's 2-1. Ohio scored run in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the sixth. Jake Miller took the win. Logan Cozart closed it out, his 13th save of that season. And Ohio danced off to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 1997. 3-1 to count on Ohio's leadoff man, Joe Weisenseal, here in 2021 in the home finale. Here it is from O'Donnell. Swinging a foul ball, first base side out of play. Connor sits through that no-hitter in that tournament. The only one in MAC history in tournament play. Just everything about that run seemed to be coming up Bobcats. 3-2 the count and the pitch. Weisenseal takes strike 3 called. No real protest from Weisenseal or the Bobcat dugout. That is K number 4 for O'Donnell. Here's Trevor Hafner. Struck out in the first. Hits here now in the third. 1-0 Bobcats. O'Donnell for Hafner, who struck out. There's a fly ball. Hit deep to right center field. Going to stay in the ballpark, though. To the right of the attack cat, the center fielder Simpson over and makes the catch. That ball was hit well, but just not well enough. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Harry Whitwer Dukes. 1-0 Bobcats, last of the third. Then in 2015, Ohio went off to Champaign, Urbana, in a regional hosted by the University of Illinois. And That was a home run fest with a delay. There was a rain delay and lightning delay in that loss to the Illini in Game 1. There's a strike. It is 0-1 on Whitworth Dukes, who struck out in the first. Chad Bush, former voice of the Eastern Michigan Eagles, on to even better things now. He joined us on that broadcast down there, and I remember there were delays galore across the country that weekend. 0-1, popped up. Foul ground, first base side, out of play. It's 0-2. So Ohio lost to Illinois and then played Wright State. But it was a longer stay in Champaign for just 2 games than you would imagine. And we had as much fun as we could through all of it. But that 2015 team, they ran into a homering crew of Illini, and then Wright State was real good, and Ohio was 2 in Q. Here it is from O'Donnell. Popped up, back at home, out of play. But that took none of the shine off of that season in which Ohio was last in the league in 2014 and came back to win in 2015. Under head coach Rob Smith, Craig Moore part of that. Now Ohio's interim head coach, and we'll see about the future. O'Donnell from the letters with that black mitt. And the 0-2. Whitworth Dukes takes low. It's 1-2. 2 gone, bases clear, bottom of the third. Ohio on top 1-0. That 2016 team, unfortunately, had more talent than their record ended up to be. Ohio didn't qualify for the MAC tournament that year. 1-2 pitch. Called, strike 3. Fastball outside edge. It's a zone. It doesn't have to be right down the middle. That was a strike, and that is strikeout number 5 for O'Donnell. And the Cats are done to the third. 1-0 Ohio. We go to the fourth. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WEB. Up high this time. There we go. It's a little DIY project here in the booth. All right. Got it set. We go to the fourth. 1-0 Ohio. Nick Powell leads it off, their cleanup hitter. 2-0 the count. 1-0 Bobcats as we move on to the fourth inning. And the pitch. Fastball strike. It's 2-1. Powell doubled in the first. Hits here now in the fourth. Yeah, that's true. It does happen that way. You're right. The gas cap, when it jiggles a little, there is an issue with it, and it could turn on the light. Absolutely. Yeah. Did that happen to you all today? Is everything all right with? Oh, you're welcome. Nice. There you go. Top of the fourth, 1-0 Ohio. And the pitch from Chase Harris, low and in. And that is ball 4, or did that clip him? On the way, man on. Here's Noah Navarro. Navarro struck out in the first. Hits here now. 1-0 Bobcats. Again, Ball State needs to keep pace with Central Michigan, who won today 8-4. Navarro hits .313. In at third is Hafner. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 for Navarro. Ball State on the road this year is 18-12. Ohio at home is 18-10. Ohio trying to go to 18 up and 18 down through 36 Mid-American Conference games. Throw to first, chases the runner back. Cardinals can move on the base paths. And we'll see if Powell will try to do just that. Cardinals with 34 wins. Ohio with 26. And the pitch with the runner bluffing, swinging a foul tip into the mid of Picnic. 0-2 the count on their 5-hole hitting, right-handed hitting, second baseman. Kent State trails Western Michigan 5-0, top of the third inning in Kent. The Broncos and the Bobcats will close it up in KZoo next weekend. 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase Harris with K number 5. Here's Decker Scheffler. Scheffler walked, stole a base in the second, and was stranded. And hits here now in the fourth. Left-handed batter, runner at first. Here it is from Chase Harris. That's high. 1-0. Oh, special delivery. Water and a dog. Thank you so much, Rick. Appreciate you. Best grill in the MAC, and it's not even close. Runner at first, one gone in the pitch. Misses outside to Decker Scheffler. 2-0 the count. Akron 1, Miami nothing. Top of the third inning in Oxford. In DeKalb, Toledo 3, NIU 1. Final home game at the Ralph McKenzie Field, for this season anyway. 2-0, high and wide. It's 3-0. Powell at first. One gone, top of the fourth. Harris would love to get a couple of more outs, qualify for the win. Go to 4-2 on the year. His ERA's at 3.09. 3-0. That's low and away. That was real close, but called a ball, and that's 2 on now. Scheffler shuffles off to first. To second goes Powell. One gone, top of 4, 1-0 Ohio leads. Now it'd be a really good time for Ohio's second double play of the day. Ohio on the season is 22 now, had one to end the third. This is Ryan Peltier, who struck out in the second. And the pitch from Chase Harris. Fly ball, left field, deep. Lucas turns, looks, it's off the top of the wall. Powell hits third. Relay throw is coming, but not made. And it is 2-1. It is tied at 1 now as Powell scores from second. Scheffler goes to third. It's an RBI double for Ryan Peltier, who pelted the wall. The relay wasn't made. They wouldn't have had a chance. Powell scores from 180 feet away. Scheffler off to third. Double for Peltier. Second and third, one gone. Double play, out of play. We're tied at 1. Ryan Peltier with his 34th run batted in this year. That's two-bagger number 7 for Peltier. That's the Cardinals' 77th double this year. Their second in this ball game, and the first that wasn't bounced out of the ballpark. Time called. Mitch Moorman out to the mound to have a word. This is the town hall meeting. The entire infield and battery is coming in. Tied at 1 in the top of the 4th. Ball State with 3 hits now. And again, the bottom of their lineup has been just aces this weekend. Extra base hits galore. I mean, just tons of extra base hits, doubles, triples, and all that. Hitting's contagious for sure, you know that. So Chase Sebi will bat. There is activity in Ohio's pen. Ohio has a left-hander up. 1 gone, top of the 4th, run already in. Cardinals trying to take the lead right here. For Sebi, who grounded out in the 2nd. Harris from the stretch. Kicking the pitch. Up and in. 1-0 on Chase Sebi. Just after the top of the hour in the Eastern time zone and really just about everywhere. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB, Athens, Ohio, USA. Important moment of the ball game. 1-0 pitch from Harris to Sebi. Tried to check the swing on a pitch in the turf. Went around. It's a strike. It's 1-1. Manny Gonzalez behind the plate. Home plate umpire today. So the guy that has the plate in Game 1 has the game in Game 4. Sebi crouches as he waits in the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Harris went low and in. Strikeout would loosen up the tensions a little bit here. Powell reached, then a strikeout, then a walk, then a double. Cardinals and Cats tied at 1 in the 4th. Sebi, the 8-hole hitter, a 205 hitter. He waits. 1-2. Bounces in, knocked down by Picnic. Sebi grounded out in the 2nd. Harris has 5 strikeouts. 2-2 the count. Cloud cover over the ballpark now. Harris brings it home. Fly ball left field. This is going to be deep enough, but will this be all the way to the wall? It is. Caught in front of the wall by Lucas. Scoring from third is Scheffler. And Ball State leads the game 2-1 on a flyout by Chase Sebi. Well, at least it stayed in the ballpark. It is an out. It is an RBI for Sebi. It's his 24th. Staying at second is Peltier. 2 gone, top of 4. 2-1 Cardinals now. Here's Adam Tellier. Two spot for the Cards here in the 4th inning. Ohio had a chance with runners in scoring position a couple innings ago. Here it is to Adam Tellier, and that bounces in. It's 1-0. Harris just wants to leave it right there. High set from the Ohio righty. Looks at second in the 1-0. Big swing and a miss. Elevated heat. It's 1-1. Rich Maloney and the Cardinals trying for win 533 all-time as their head coach. Inching closer to 900 all-time wins. Bouncing ball to third. Skidding onto the knee is Hafner. Gets up, throws to first. Got him. Good play. And the inning's done. But the Cardinals get 2. They strand 1. 1 hit in the inning was Orion Peltier. Double to the wall and left. We head to the bottom of the 4th. 2-1 Ball State. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Baseball on the radio, supported by Larry's Doghouse. Hot dogs, burgers, milkshakes since 1972. Larry's Doghouse brings you Bobcat Baseball on the radio. Bottom of the fourth is on. Ball State leads at 2-1. 2-3-0 for the Cardinal crew. 1-2-0 for Rufus's gang. Bless you. Aaron Levy will lead it off here for the Bobcats in the fourth. Levy looking for his 116th hit as a Bobcat baseball player. Levy, Fabic, and Funderburg scheduled against Trenner O'Donnell. O'Donnell has 5 strikeouts today. Levy, left-handed bat, DH. Crouches, waits. O'Donnell, 6-7 out of Texas. And the pitch. Fastball strike. It's 0-1. Major League scores. My Brewers have the lead on the Reds early. 3-0 at Great American Ballpark. Willie Adames, newly acquired, hit a 2-run single. No stopping the crew now with that acquisition. Pitch misses low. It's 1-1. So Levy's hometown Major League team down to my Brewers 3-0 in the third. Yankees 2, White Sox nothing. Bottom of the third. White Sox could be swept in the Bronx. 1-1, Low hopped in. 2-1. Indians 3, Twins nothing. Top of the fourth inning. Eddie Rosario beat his former team. Ahmed Rosario had an RBI single too. Jose Ramirez had an RBI double. Indians trying to win for the 25th time. Former Cardinal Zach Plesac getting the start today for the Tribe. 2-1 pitch coming to Aaron Levy. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. A real slow one up there from Trenner O'Donnell. Plesac to this point, the former Cardinal, 3 innings of work, a hit, and a strikeout. He took a no-hitter deep into the ball game at Seattle last weekend. 2-2 pitch. Just missed outside. That was close. Good eye. It's 3-2. Marlins 5, Mets nothing. 5 spot in the bottom of the second inning for the Marliners. That's in the third. Braves 3, Pirates 1, bottom of the third in Atlanta. Here it is to Levy at full. Scorched to right, hit on the screws. It's back and it's off the wall. Banged off the wall. Big turn at first and putting the hooks on is Levy. That's a wall-banging single. Maybe that was about, 4 feet. Maybe not even that. 3 feet shy of getting out. So Levy on with his 116th hit as a Bobcat baller. And here's Sebastian Fabic. That was banged off of the where would that be? The 1960 NCAA year out there. So maybe about 2.5 feet from clearing the green wall. Time called catcher out Sebi to visit with O'Donnell. Here's Sebastian Fabic. So leadoff man on after the Cardinals take the lead. That's a good start. Fabic singled in the second, and they're talking about how they want to pitch Sebastian here. Anything up and away, Fabic has been hitting. Anything low and away, Fabic has not been hitting. But we'll see how they pitch him here. Fabic's right around 260. 20 ribbies this year. Always an extra base threat. He homered in the Akron weekend. Hits here now. 5-hole hitting, center fielder. Time called, Rich Maloney out to the mound. This was after a stall tactic by Sebi, and that might mean that they're going to go to the pen. There is activity down in the Ball State bullpen. I wonder how many walks out to the mound in Rich Maloney's tenure he has made. 532 wins at Ball State, 341 at Michigan. That's a lot of trips to the mound. I wonder if he's worked on the pace in all that time. Do you walk out there fast at the start, or do you saunter out there as you get a little longer in the tooth. There's a point to the pen and a pat on the back of Trenner O'Donnell. Ball State's going to make a change right now. We're in the fourth. Leadoff single for Aaron Levy. Ohio trails Ball State 2-1. Cardinals go to their pen. We'll tell you about the new Ball State hurler after this 90-second pause. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. In Indiana, went to Bloomington North High School. 6'5", 200, righty out of the pen. Sam Klein on. And this is his 11th appearance of the year. Has a 1-0 record with a 1.82 ERA. 12 2/3 innings of work, 13 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned. 10 walks, 11 strikeouts. Opposition hitting .277 against Sam Klein, who is on there now for the Cardinals. Nobody out, bottom of the fourth. Bright sunshine and mid-80-degree temperatures on this sun-splashed Sunday in southeast Ohio. Sebastian Fabik ready to go. Final home game of the season, and ergo the final game of this 4-game series. Ohio trying to register a split. And the pitch from Klein. Fabik takes a change-up strike. It is 0-1. 2-1 Cardinals here in the bottom of the fourth. 2-1 Ball State with the 2 runs in the top half of this inning. Fabik singled and scored in the second. And the pitch from Klein. That missed away. 1-1. I'm from the Chicagoland area, as you know. And I'm not afraid to admit it. I put ketchup on my hot dogs. That is seen as blasphemy, but you know what? I own it. I like ketchup on the hot dog, and that's how I roll with it. 2-1 the count on Sebastian Fabik. I mean, that's seen like cardinal sin, like throw you off the top of the Sears Tower stuff. And I know it's got a new name now, but anybody from Chicago still calls it the Sears Tower. 2-1 from Sebastian, or for Sebastian Fabik. That missed low. 3-1 the count. So during that pitching change, once I found out who it was and what he was about, I had half of a hot dog that Rick delivered. And after hopefully Ohio takes the lead, I'll have the other half here. Levy's on at first, Fabik in the box. Instead, to throw over to first. 3-1 the count. I don't know why it's such a big deal. I mean, really, I think ketchup on hot dogs tastes delicious. Next one to Fabik is low. They didn't try him low and away, and that's their fault. Fabik will draw the walk. Up to second goes Levy. Here's Trey Funderburg. He sent one to the gap in right center in the second. He's set up here for another opportunity to give Ohio the lead again. Trey plugged up that gap in right center, and he scored Fabic. Fabic is on at first, Levy at second. Nobody gone, bottom of the fourth, 2-1 Ball State. Trey with 11 ribbies this year. He homered at Akron last weekend, too. He's squaring to bunt. Very early on scoring to bunt. Pinching in at first, but a little further back at third. Bunt put down up third. Going to be a tough play. Throw to first, got him. The catcher threw over there. With the second baseman, Navarro, taking that throw. Sacrifice complete. 2-4. Levy to third. Fabic to second. So 2 in scoring position for Trevor Lucas with 1 gone in the last of the fourth inning. So Trey does his job. And now 2 in scoring position. Trevor has 7 ribbies. Check swing, couldn't hold up on a pitch that was low on a breaking ball. It is 0-1. Lucas hitting .288. Second and third, the runners, 1 gone. Bottom of the fourth, Ohio down 2-1. The pitch from Klein is low and away. 1-1 to count. How many runs will it take to win this ball game today? Ohio would like to take the lead right here. Klein, flat-billed cap, comes set at the belt. Sebi sets up outside. The pitch. Rope to third, off the glove of Peltier, and it will roll into the corner. It clears the bases. Flying into second is Lucas. He's there with a stand-up double, and Ohio takes the lead. 3-2. Levy scores. Fabic scores. That was banged off of the webbing of Peltier at third. That nearly was another Webb gem. Maybe a foot back of the bag at third and maybe a foot fair. And he went down on a knee as he had to reach across his body to try to make the play. Well, actually, you know, that glove on the now left hand, yeah, he had to reach across the body. And so bottom of the fourth, Ohio takes the lead right back. It's 3-2. Trevor Lucas comes through. He's on at second. Here's Michael Richardson. And the pitch. He was going for the downs and came up empty. A little foul tip. It's 0-1. So Trevor Lucas has RBIs 8 and 9 of his season. Getting a little closer to 300 with the average. So Ohio puts 2 on to start. Lucas lines it down the line at third and into left, and Ohio has a 3-2 lead. Here's Richardson, who walked and stole a base in the second. Time called. That's by the batter, Richardson. So again, will 3 runs win this game today? It would behoove the Bobs to add on. It's a Sunday in the MAC, and so there could be a lot of runs scored. And the pitch. That's low, but called a strike. 0-2 the count. Last Sunday, Ohio lost 9-8. In a back and forth affair against Akron. 0-2 pitch coming. Foul tip into the mitt, held on to by Sebi, strike 3. Strikeout for Klein. That's 2 gone in the inning now. Here's Tanner Picnic. He struck out in the second. 2 gone, last of the fourth, Ohio on top 3-2. So the 6-man in the lineup has an RBI double. The 7-man in the lineup has a 2 RBI double. Tanner Picnic, with Ohio's 4th run being 180 feet away, would love to come through here with 2 gone in the 4th inning. And the pitch. That's high. It's 1-0. Ohio is 3-5 in the final game of series in the MAC this year. Ball State is 5-3. Time called. Klein lobs it in. So the bottom part of both lineups coming through this weekend for both ball clubs. Everybody that's got a bat is dangerous, and Picnic has that right now. 2 white batting gloves. Up in the box, right-handed hitter. And the 1-0. Big swing and a miss. 1-1. Yeah, last weekend, Ohio lost to Akron 9-8. They lost to Miami in the final game of the series 6-1. That's in the dirt, or turf, knocked down by Sebi. No advancement of the runner. 2-1 the count now. Ohio lost to Toledo 7-6 in the final game of the series. To Bowling Green 11-5. And to Central 14-3. The wins in the final game of sets were over Eastern, Northern, and Kent State. Here it is to Tanner Picnic. Fouled off to the screen. 2-2 with 2 gone here in the fourth, and Ohio on top 3-2. The win over EMU was to get the sweep, and it was a 3-2 victory. The win in DeKalb was 10-6. That win over Kent State was 12-1. Ohio trying to split this series. And the pitch from Klein. Got under it and popped it up. This is into shallow left, very playable Powell. Eyes it and makes the catch off his left shoulder, one-handed, and the inning is done. But the 2 RBI double for Trevor Lucas gives Ohio a 3-2 lead as we go to the fifth. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. As Brett Manis comes into the ballgame now for the Bobcats. Senior from Port Huron, Michigan, 6 foot 185. Brett Manis in. How long will he go? We have not seen him this weekend. And so now, with a 3-2 lead, he is in for the Cats. Topside for Aaron Simpson for the Cardinals. He struck out and was hit by a pitch. And he will have the first offering from Brett Manis here as we started off in the visitor half of the fifth. Fastball misses wide. As the sun shines brightly again, it's 1-0. Manis, 2-1, 4.26 ERA, 8 saves on the year, 25 1/3 innings of work. Breaking ball strike. Count level to ball on a strike. Manis in 25 1/3 innings, 27 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned, 5 walks, 23 strikeouts. The 1-1 is low and in. 2-1 on Aaron Simpson. So Chase Harris, his day is done, but doesn't go the 5. 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. 2-1. Splits the plate for a strike. I don't know what Ball State was really complaining about there. That's a good pitch. 2-2 the count. Simpson, their leadoff hitter. Close to the plate, up in the box. And the pitch. Tap foul. Right at the dish. It's 2-2. Mentioned about Ohio in final games of series. Ball State 5-3 in their last game of series. Their wins over Toledo, Akron, Eastern Michigan, Northern and Central Michigan. Here it is from Manis. That bounced in. Counts run full now on Aaron Simpson to start off the 5th inning in a 3-2 Ohio lead. They had to win the final 2 games of that series against the Chippewas, and that's the reason why the tiebreaker in that series is non-existent. 3-2 swing and a miss. A real slow one that was actually foul-tipped into the mid of Picnic for the strikeout for Brent Manis. That starts it off here in the 5th. Here's Trenton Quartermain. The losses for Ball State in the final game of series to Western Michigan, Bowling Green, and Kent State. So Ohio trying to go 4-5 in the final game of series. Ball State trying to go 6-3. First one to the left-handed hitting Quartermain. That bounces in. It's 1-0. Left on left in the pitch. That missed outside. Hit the spot, but it was outside. 2-0 the count. Trenton Quartermain. 2-0 pitch coming. Fly ball hit a ton to right. Uh-oh, way back. Warning track in front of the wall. Leaping and knocking the ball is Richardson. It bounced back towards the infield. Runs about halfway there. And it's a wall-scraping double by Trenton Quartermain. I think that Richardson knocked that ball and kept it in. It was real close. I think he got a glove on it, and then off of that kind of ricochet, it rolled towards the infield, and on that roll, Quartermain ran to second, and that's a 1-out double. Here's Ross Messina. 3-2 Cats, top of the 5th, and the pitch from Manis. Rope to left, base hit. Charging on it is Lucas. Stop sign on by Rich Maloney at 3rd. Big turn at 1st and holding there Messina. And trouble brewing here for BSU against the Bobs. Corners with the runners and 1 gone. 2 hard hit balls. Quartermain stopped at 3rd. And here's Nick Powell. There have been more hard-hit balls against Brett Manis this year than we've seen. Just must be one of those years, I guess, and that can happen. With 1 gone in the inning, after getting the strikeout of Simpson, Ohio would love to turn 2, but that's going to be tough with the left-handed hitting. Nick Powell. Runners on the corners, 1 gone. Here it is to their cleanup hitter. Change up low, it's 1-0. In the mind of Rich Maloney at 3rd as he was eyeing that ball in the charge of Lucas. It wouldn't have been smart to send him, but in his mind he's thinking, I've got the meat of the lineup coming out. There's no reason to even try it. 1-0 pitch. Strike taken on a changeup. It's 1-1. Bobcats on top 3-2. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Chase Harris to Brett Manis now. Powell was hit by a pitch, and he scored an inning ago. Outfield straight up and deep. And the pitch. That missed low and in, but called a strike. That must have been some late movement back into the zone, and Ohio has a call. It is 2 strikes and a ball on Nick Powell. And again, strikeout would be lovely here. It would be his 2nd of the inning. And Powell's a tough one to K. Manis with that light mitt at the belt, straightened up from the stretch and the pitch. Swinging a foul tip, held on to by Picnic. That is strike 3. It wasn't blazing heat, but it was effective enough. That's 2 strikeouts now for Manis in the inning. And those 2 Ks bracket a double and a single. Runners on the corners, 2 gone. Here's Noah Navarro. This is a big inning for Ball State. They're already down today with the loss of Eastern Michigan against Central Michigan, so their deficit against the Chippewas grows. It's not huge, but everything counts. Throw to first, lob toss over, and back in time is Messina. And Ohio talked about playing the spoiler role. They wanted to finish it all out the right way, and I would imagine Central Michigan fans are hoping that the Cats can hang on here to clip the Cards again. Middle inning, still a long way to go. First one to Navarro, who has struck out twice today. Swings through a breaking ball. It's 0-1. Navarro wears 11 in black on the back of that red uniform top. Black spikes, white Nike swoosh. Manis hunches over. The Michigander straightens up. And the 0-1 pitch with runners on the corners and 2 gone. Oof, that looked pretty good, but apparently low. Picnic tried to yank it up. And Craig Moore from the Bobcat dugout asked where that missed. And he got an answer, and he's fine with it. 1-1 the count. Corners the runners for the Cards in the middle of their lineup. That hit the mark for a strike. Ohio went right back there, but just a shade higher on the outside third. 2 strikes and a ball to Noah Navarro, a .313 hitter with 26 runs batted in and 4 homers this year. Ohio on top 3-2, top of the 5th. Manis for Navarro. Swing and a fly ball hit a ton to left center field. Way back there and off the base of the wall. It's going to clear the bases. Scoring easily is Quartermain. Here comes Messina. He'll score standing without a play. And just like that, Ball State claws back on top. They chirp, chirp, chirp their way to a 4-3 lead. On a standing 2-out double in the 5th by Noah Navarro. Here's Decker Scheffler. Quartermain scored easy. Messina scored easy. RBIs 27 and 8 for Navarro. Here's Scheffler, who's walked twice, scored once. 4-3 Cards were in the 5th. Again, more extra base hits. That's 2 in this inning and like 1,000 in this series. Scheffler takes a strike. Manis was a strike away from getting out of it. Ball State's gone to the pen, too. I don't think 4 runs are going to win this ball game. Manis from the stretch. And the pitch. That tailed away from him. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Now, that's not exactly a perilous limb that I just went out on there. I think that's fairly solid. There have been a lot of runs scored in final games of series all over the country, and I don't think 4 is going to win it today. Manis for the left-handed hitting Scheffler. Low and away. 1-2. 2 gone here in the 5th. Back and forth. Bobs and Ball U. Scheffler is their DH. Decker, Scheffler. Manis wipes to a new pitch. Straightens up. Cloud cover just briefly. Swing and a miss. Tied him up and in. That's strike 3. 3rd strike out of the inning. But the Cardinals strike with a 2 RBI double by Noah Navarro. Halfway home, Bobs trail by 1 now. 4-3 to Ball State. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WEB. And Baseball on the Radio is supported by Steak and Shake. Steak burgers, shakes, those shoestring fries, East State Street in Athens. That sounds good right about now. 4-3 Cardinals, bottom of the fifth inning. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Charlie's crew. 3-4-0 for Rufus's gang. And Ohio will start it off here with the top of the lineup. Joe Weisenseal, Trevor Hafner, Harry Whitwer-Dukes. Klein still out there for the Cardinals. And there's the strike. The reliever. 0-1 the count. Klein threw 16 pitches in the relief 2/3 of an inning. 1-1 the count now on Weisenseal. Fly out and a strikeout against their starter, O'Donnell. Next one sweeps outside. 2-1 the count. A run in the second for Ohio. 2 in the fourth. 2 in the fourth for Ball State. 2 in the fifth. 4-3 the score. We're in the last of the fifth. And the pitch from Klein. Low and away. Good eye. It's 3-1. Weisenseal honored prior to the ball game as well. Talk about closing out senior season. I'd say he's doing it well. Here it is from Klein. Popped him up. Straight up the chute. Right side of the infield. Charging quarter main. Charging third baseman Peltier. And he makes the catch. Between and to the right of the mound and home plate. So here's Trevor Hafner. Hafner 0 for 2 today. Top of the lineup hasn't had a hit. And the pitch. Misses outside, 1-0. Off to Kalamazoo next weekend. Airtime 2:45 from Robert J. Bob Stadium. First pitch 3 o'clock on Sunday, 1-0. Line drive center field, hit pretty well, but to his left, Simpson, he's there. And he makes the one-handed catch to the left of the attack cat and maybe about 6 feet in front of the warning track. Hafner hit it hard, but lines out. Here's Harry Whitwer-Dukes. Whitwer-Dukes strikeout in the first, strikeout in the third. Hits here now in the fifth. 4-3 Cardinals in this back-and-forth affair in the middle innings. HWD. First pitch swinging, popped it up. Foul ground near the bag at first, drifting towards the Ball State dugout. First baseman Quartermain there to make the play, and that is a quick 1-2-3 against the 1-2-3 of the Bobcat lineup. We head to the sixth, 4-3 Cardinals. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WEB. University baseball trails Ball State 4-3. Thanks for listening wherever you're tuned in today via the old trusty transistor conventional radio in Southeast Ohio on frequency 1340 amplitude modulation WOUB, or via the internet or the app on your phone or whatever on TuneIn or the link on OhioBobcats.com. No matter where you are, we appreciate you listening. Hello to you. Brett Manis, first pitch, and that's popped up. This is Ryan Peltier. This is back of short, now conventional short, and the second baseman Funderburg over to make the play. High sky today. Better have the shades on. They're more than just fashion. They actually are functional, and Peltier pops out to the second baseman, Funderburg at short, and here's Chase Sebi. Brett Manis back out there for the Bobs. Potentially a long relief appearance here for the Port Huron, Michigan senior. Big-time arm out of the pen. Ohio at a quick bottom of the fifth. In the sixth now. Here it is to the crouching Sebi. First pitch swinging, popped up. Foul ground near the Ball State dugout. Drifts towards the hill, and that's on top of the canopy. Couple of, well, there's a dog that ran down there to get it. Nice. That dog's been on a leash this weekend, but finally freeing, gets a foul ball. 0-1, missed. 1-1. One gone in the sixth, 4-3 Ball State. Here it is from Manis. Curveball in there for a strike. 1-2. Ball State in search of its sixth MAC regular season title. Called strike three. Sebi stood there, took it. Manis with his fourth. And the first backwards K. Here's Adam Tellier, their shortstop, who's 0 for 2. Ground out in the second, ground out in the fourth. Their right-handed hitting shortstop. Ball State's last regular season title was in 2014. Their last double was the regular season title and tournament title in 2006. This one was low and inside, and he had to skip out of the way of it. It's 1-0. Bases cleared, 2 gone, top of the sixth, 4-3 Cards. They won the regular season title in 2001, 1999, 1998. So that's their 5. Ohio has 15. 1-0, hit on the ground, wide of third, foul. Bare hand pickup by Rich Maloney, and his dugout loves it. Not his first rodeo. I mean, he's got close to like 1,000 wins. But the bare hand pickup there, and the Cardinal bench loves it. Here it is from Manis. Strike in the inside edge. 1-2. Manis trying to go 1-2-3 after a little rocky fifth inning. Called strike three. Inside black, just above the knee. And that's 5 strikeouts. Back-to-back backwards Ks. We are on the way to the bottom of the sixth. 4-3 Ball State from Athens. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WEB. Of the 6th, Ohio trails it 4-3 to Ball State. Klein back on the mound for the Cardinals. Levy flew out and singled and scored today, and he takes a ball. It is 1-0. Levy honored prior to the ball game. His parents are here. He, like I, Jewish. Asked Levy about that just for confirmation, and he and I have that in common. Big swing and a miss. It's 1-1. So we talked about our bar mitzvahs and all that. He had one, I had one. He joins a long list of great Jewish baseball players. 1-1, high and wide. 2-1 the count. And I think he's a little bit more tied to the religion than I, but last name Levy, my last name Eisenstein. It's pretty obvious. 2-1, popped up. Foul ground, third base side, out of play. It's 2-2 now on the likable Levy. At my bar mitzvah, the centerpieces at the bar mitzvah were college mascots. My mom and I drew the pennants of teams from the MAC and elsewhere, and those were the centerpieces to my bar mitzvah. The party afterwards, all that. I'm pretty sure that Aaron Levy didn't have that at his bar mitzvah, but maybe I should ask. Time called. Rich Maloney out to the mound to have a word with Sam Klein. The Bloomington, Indiana native. This is a town hall meeting, and his day might be done mid-at-bat. 2-2 the count. Maloney out to the mound, and all the Cardinals are out there too, and so that leads me to believe that they're going to make a pitching change with the 2-2 count. They will. 90-second pause for the pitching change. 4-3, Ball State leads. We're in the last of the 6th, and Klein's day is done. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOEB. Is clear, and Tyler Schweitzer is the new pitcher. 6'1", 175 out of Fishers, Indiana. We saw him earlier in this series. 2 innings of work, 2 hits, a run. It was earned. He struck out 4. Tyler Schweitzer wears 31, and the lefty reliever is in for Ball State. Schweitzer 1-0 with a 1.43. With a 5.08 ERA. Opposition hitting .219 against him. So he's in now. 2-2 the count. Levy back into the box. He's 1 for 2 today, and the first one bounces in. It is 3-2. So talking about the bond that Levy and I have. He Jewish, I Jewish. We got to stop the hate in the country. Let me tell you. Fly ball hit a ton to right, way back there, and curling foul. So Levy nearly left the yard. There's a rise in a whole lot of hate in the country against a whole lot of people. And the rise of hate crimes against Jewish people is part of that. And I know I speak for him, and I speak for myself, and I speak for all good-natured Jewish folks out there. We got to stop that. Pitch misses low and in. 3-2 the count on Aaron Levy. And that goes against everyone. But the rise in crimes against Jewish people and anti-Semitic hatred is just terrible, and it's got to stop. Payoff pitch, missed inside, but it's called strike 3. Levy takes it. There's one gone. Here's Sebastian Fabik. And so that's very first world to me and to Aaron Levy and to Jewish people everywhere. But in the bottom of the sixth, with a 4-3 Ball State lead, bases clear and one gone for Sebastian Fabik, I can certainly say that hatred against anyone, that's got to stop. Crimes against Asian Americans and African Americans and anyone else, it's got to stop. Got to end. Fabik at the plate, he takes a strike. 1-1 the count. And if you disagree with that you think that that kind of stuff's a good thing, you could turn off the radio right now. Because that's not the listenership that we like. We want friendly people, happy people, people accepting of all people. That's what we're about here on Bobcat Radio. 1-1 to Fabik, high and wide, 2-1. It was funny, I talked to Levy, and he was aware of Jewish ball players in the big leagues right now. 2-1. Called a strike. Actually, that's 3-1, and that's called a strike. It's now 3-2. Fabik thought that was ball 4. Alex Bregman for the Astros. He Jewish as well. And pretty flamboyant ball player. Plays with a lot of emotion that you haven't seen a lot of. Ryan Braun had a little of that, too. He hasn't retired yet. 3-2. There is ball 4, and Fabik had to confirm. So there's the walk. Here's Trey Funderburg. So that's 3 appearances on base for Sebastian Fabik. Here's Funderburg, who had an RBI double in the second, and he grounded out in the fourth. 4-3 Ball State, last of the sixth. Somebody might say, well, why are you talking about that sort of topic? Well, going to use the platform for good. I think we all have to. Bouncing ball to third, off the bag, Peltier goes to second one, on to first after a little double clutch. They got him. That's a good turn for Ball State. Peltier, Navarro, Quartermine out of the inning. And Ohio still down 4-3 as we go to the seventh in Athens, and the Cardinals all erupted off of their dugout branch to greet their infielders who turned that twin killing. Cats down by a run, getting late. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WEB. had a headphone malfunction there. The actual microphone part of the headphone got stuck in the part that you put on top of your head. And it would not have worked very well to broadcast that way, but figured it out. No one got hurt. We're fine. Top of the 7th inning, Brett Manis out there. Bobcats down 4-3 to Ball State. And Simpson starts it off. Their leadoff hitter. 1-1 the count. Simpson struck out, hit by a pitch, struck out. 0 for 3. Cardinals need to win to stay a game back of Central Michigan at the top of the MAC table. This is scorched back through the middle and into center field, and it nearly took Manis's head off. Thank goodness on the follow-through and the quick reaction time, he was able to get his head out of the way because that eluded the mitt and the glove, and that nearly could have been disaster. But thank goodness he has good reflexes because that was a line drive right at his head and into center for a leadoff single. Also, he was that close to making the catch, too, if you think about it. The glove's right there. And if you got that quick reaction time, he nearly made the play. That would have been incredible. But it was also incredible that he got out of the way. Leadoff single in the 7th. Here is Trenton Quartermain, their first baseman. And he's hit by a pitch. Up to second goes Simpson. Here's Ross Messina. Now, I don't know this to be 100% fact, but I do know this much. When you got a line drive going right past your head and you got to calm everything down and then fire a pitch right after that, that's not easy to do. And Manis just hit Quartermain, and so runners on first and second. Got to slow the heart rate down, which is hard to do on a hot Sunday afternoon in a pressure situation. And the first one to the 3-hole hitter, Messina, misses outside. It's 1-0. 4-3 Cardinals were in the 7th. Top of the hour in Southeast Ohio and really everywhere else. 3 o'clock in the Eastern Time Zone. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB, Athens, Ohio, USA. 1-0. Pop-up foul. Back at home out of play. It's 1-1. I'm Russ Eisenstein. Adam Rich has been with us all year, and he's listened to every word I've said in our WOUB studios. Jason Chapino is running the live stream today, and it is the final such affair during this entire 2021 athletic year. And it has been interesting, to be sure, and a lot of stuff behind the scenes. 1-1. Missed low and inside, but called a strike. That's fine. He moved his legs back, did Messina. 2 strikes and a ball on Manis. But a lot of work hours that weren't in the office and trying to make sure everything could be done and staffed and all that. So live stream today run by Chapino, and appreciate his partnership in this. 1-2 the count, the pitch. Oof, where did that miss? At the knees and just barely off the outside corner to the right-handed hitter. 2-2 the count. Two and two the count, nobody gone, top of the 7th. Messina is a .298 hitter, and he was falling all over to swing and bounce that to the Bobcat dugout. Corner of the dugout down there. There is activity in Ohio's bullpen. Can Ohio come back to win it? 4-3 Cardinals. Ohio trying to close the campaign 19-10 at home. This is home game 29 on the year. Before playing road game 21 on Friday. Next one called, strike 3 on the inside edge. And they might not like it, but it's been called there all day long for both sides. The outside part of the plate or outside edge to a right-handed hitter has not been called. But the inside edge to a right-handed hitter has been, and it's been consistent, and that's strike 3, and that's a big old K for Brett Manis here in the 7th inning. Strikeout number 6 2 aboard, 1 gone. Here's Nick Powell, left-handed hitter. Open stance, and he wafts at the first pitch. Just tried to drop down and drive. Came up empty. 0-1. Ball State trying to win their 6th regular season title. Ohio has 15, the last one in 1997. Did the double that year, regular season and tournament. Fastball strike, outside edge. 0-2 the count. Powell doubled, was hit by a pitch, and struck out. 1 gone here in the 7th. 4-3 Ball State after 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. Manis wipes to a new pitch, straightens up from the belt, looks at the runner at second in the pitch. Rope to right, base hit. Charging and picking it up, Richardson, stumbling around the bag at third. The stop sign was on, though, and back to the bag is Simpson. Bases loaded, 1 gone here. Nick Powell singles, Simpson to third, Quartermain to second, Powell at first. Here's Noah Navarro. He had a 2 RBI double in the 5th. He's got 3 on here with the Cardinals up 1 in the 7th. Navarro has 4 home runs. Hafner out to talk to Manis on the back of the mound, and he climbs back up on top. Outfield is deep and straight up. Navarro, the 5-hole hitter. This is a good middle part of their lineup. I'm sure word has been delivered to them that Central won today. They've got Miami next weekend. Central has Toledo. And the pitch. Handcuffed him. Breaking ball strike. It's 0-1. Noah Navarro, their second baseman. Right-hand side, 2 black batting gloves, a real gentle rock of that red and silver bat, and he swats one to short, played on a hop by Weissenseal. Funderburg one on to first late. Ball State leads now 5-3. Ohio nearly turned a smash of a double play. Scoring from third is Simpson. Out at second is Powell. To third, Quartermain. Navarro reaches with the fielder's choice. Runners on the corners, 2 gone. 5-3 Ball State now. Here is Decker Scheffler, and we might get a pinch hitter. We will get a pinch hitter for Ball State. 15, Justin Conant. Out of Shorewood, Illinois, in the Chicagoland area, southwest suburbs of Chicago. He went to Joliet Catholic Academy. Talk about a great athletic tradition. Justin Conant bats now with runners on the corners. They're more than just Rudy at Joliet Catholic. They've been doing it for a lot of years. Open stance now for Conant, who played a couple of nights ago. Right-handed batter. Corners the runners, 2 gone. This is buried to him. Picnic suffocated that. It's 1-0. 5-3 Ball State. So Scheffler ends with 2 walks and a strikeout. Conant bats. The 1-0. Square to bunt, pulled it back, and apparently didn't offer. It's a ball. It's 2-0. Conant on the season is a .235 hitter. No homers, 12 runs batted in. He's 23 for 98. Run in for the Cards, 2 more out there in the pitch. There's a breaking ball strike. 2-1 the count. Ryan Peltier on deck, their third baseman who had an RBI double in the 4th. Getting late. Cats down by 2. Inning started with the single, hit batter, strikeout, single, fielder's choice. Conant takes a strike on the inside edge. It's been called that way all day long. Manis trying to keep his club in the game. Down 2, that's doable. 3 makes it, obviously, that much more difficult. Here it is. High. 3-2 the count. Manis has thrown 47 pitches. He has 6 strikeouts. Harris today went 4 innings. He struck out 5. Payoff pitch with a runner going from first. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He didn't want to do it, but he did. And the inning's done, and the Cards get just 1. They thought they'd get more. A run on 2 hits. No errors. 2 left. Stretch time in Athens for the final time this year. It's 5-3 Ball State. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WEB. They stood and took part. It was played, and that's good. It's the final home game of the season, so it better have worked out that way. And Ohio down 5-3 in the home half of the 7th starts it off. Schweitzer back out there for the Cardinals. Trevor Lucas to bat. He had an RBI double in the 4th. And he takes 2 outside the zone to start. It's 2-0. It is, at least to me, unreal to think that this is the final home game of the season. 2-0 pitch from Schweitzer. Strike. It's 2-1. Got to look back to see the first home event of the year when everything started to get going. I think it was soccer. Bouncing ball up the line at third, foul. Got to go back. No, that's not right. Who would the first one have been? First home event of the year of this athletic 2020-2021 year. Who was the first one to go? Shapino will have to help me out on that. The first production of a live stream that we had. I can't remember. It's been a blur. Lucas takes one outside. That's ball 4. And Ohio gets the leadoff man on here in the 7th inning. Here's Michael Richardson. Richardson today did walk in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. Left on right. They've gone O'Donnell, Klein, Schweitzer. Today, the Cardinals pitching-wise. Pitch misses outside to the right-handed hitting Richardson. Richardson, the 8-hole hitter, right fielder. The redshirt junior from Maryland takes one low, 2-0. 5-3 Cardinals in the last of the 7th. Richardson, a .240 hitter, trying to come through here or keep the line moving. Top of the lineup coming. And the pitch. There's a strike. It is 2-1. And yeah, there you go. That's the answer. It was football. It was the only sport in the fall, at least that early. And so that home game against Akron had to be it. Next one missed. To Richardson. Runner at first. That's Lucas. Bottom of the 7th, 5-3. Ball State. Here it is from Schweitzer. Fly ball, shallow right, coming in Messina. Can't make the play. Bounces past him. He slips. Hitting second, going to third, Lucas. He's up with the ball on right. Stop side on from Craig Moore at third. Up to second on the play, Richardson. 2 in scoring position now to start off the 7th inning. Messina tried to deke the runner, and on the deke, the ball dumped in. And after the deke and the dump, he took a dive. Not intentionally, but that's what happened. And then Lucas, who was sold on the deke, had to rev up the engines again, and he got to third. Richardson with a single and probably an error there on Ball State to get to second. Here's Tanner Picnic. So Ohio is a base hit away from tying the game, just like that. Time called. Rich Maloney out of the Ball State dugout. They have activity in their pen. The deke, the dump, the dive, and now 2 in scoring position in the last of the 7th. 5-3 Cardinals, and pitching change now. We'll step aside for 90. That 7th inning stretch, that did the trick. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB.
On the next Blue Dimensions, the latest
90.
from vibraphonist and drummer Joe Chambers. I'm Johnny Meister. It's tasty selections from Joe Chambers' album Samba Jamarakatu and saxophonist Alexa Tarantino leading her own band and playing in Stephen Fife's big band on the next Blue Dimensions.
I'm Christopher Kimball from Milk Street Radio. This week, Honey & Company's Sarit Packer and Itamar Srulovich tell us about Middle Eastern grilling, from the alleyways of Jordan to the markets of Egypt. Plus, pizza consultant Anthony Falco shares tips for making great pizza at home. And Grant Barrett and Martha Barnett explain why we can say soup to nuts and find proof in our pudding. Coming up this week on Milk Street Radio from PRX.
Hi, I'm Clay Ryder, and I invite you to take a journey through sound ideas. Every time we'll explore a different musical theme pulled from the world of creative improvisation. So join me for a sampling of the best of swing, bop, blues, soul jazz, fusion, vocals, Latin sounds, and just about everything in between. It's all happening next time on Sound Ideas.
This is Bobcat Baseball on WOUB.
New pitcher into the ball game for Ball State is a native of Lake Orion, Michigan. Sophomore Andre Orselli, Orselli, 5'10", 195. They've had a bunch of tall pitchers, and now it's Orselli who's 5'10", and he's in there now. His year started at Arizona, and it continues here in Athens. He worked in the series against Kent State, and he's on there now. Andre Orselli with runners on second and third, nobody gone, bottom of the 7th. Tanner Picnic, the batter, and the righty fires high and wide. It is 1-0. Orselli, 4-0 with a 1.53 ERA. Orselli has 5 saves, 17 2/3 innings of work, 17 hits, 12 runs, 8 earned, 10 walks, 17 strikeouts. Goes outside again. Picnic couldn't connect. Down in a 2-strike hole here against Orselli. He has more saves than anybody on their staff. Baker has 4 saves, but I guess Orselli would be their closer. Picnic up there now. 0-2, blew it past him. letter high. Actually, that's 0-2 now. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Picnic. I don't know where the other strike came from, but it's 0-2 now. Orselli from the stretch. Picnic waits. And here it is. Missed outside. Cardinal dugout wanted it. 2-2 the count. So pitch that I thought was a strike earlier was a ball. 2-2, nobody gone. Second and third, the runners. Lucas at third, Richardson at second. And the pitch to Picnic. Line drive, center field to his left, Simpson. It's over his head, it's going to roll to the wall, and Ohio just tied the game. Scoring easily is Lucas. Scoring easily is Richardson. 2 RBI double on Tanner Picnic's senior day to right center field, and we're no better than when we started here in the 7th. Tied up at 5. Picnic comes through, RBI 7 and 8. Bottom part of the lineup does it again. That ball was scalded to right center. Simpson, his first step was over as opposed to back. And the over part of it made me think he might get there, but he didn't. And it got near the attack cat in right center field. And so Ohio is the go-ahead runner, 180 feet away now, in a ball game that's tied at 5. I told you earlier 4 runs wouldn't win it. 4 runs won't win it. It will take at least 6 now. Charging from first is Quartermain, and the first one misses to Joe Weissenseal as Ohio goes back to the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 today. Fly out, strikeout, pop out. Tied up at 5, last of the 7th. Weissenseal is squaring the bunt. Charging from first is Quartermain, but that's high. It's 2-0. Orselli, who has 5 saves, gives it up to Picnic. 4th pitcher to be used for the Cardinals. It's a Sunday in the MAC. A lot of runs scored. 11 at least will bring about a winner. There's a strike. It's 2-1. Bright sunshine, gentle breeze out towards right. Activity in Ohio's bullpen. Temperatures in the 80s. Weissenseal trying to bunt to move the runner to third. 2-1 to count. And the pitch. Squared to bunt, pulled it back, swings, bouncing ball to second. Navarro charges, throws to first, got him. But it's the same as a bunt, only they would not have had a decision. They didn't have a decision to go to third. So a little butcher boy there. And Weissenseal is out for 3. And the first baseman, Quartermain, had to reach back and race back to the bag to take the throw. Infield in for the Cardinals now. 1 gone, bottom of the 7th, 2 already in. We're tied at 5. Here's Trevor Hafner, who has been struggling, but he can get out of the struggles right now with a go-ahead single or more. Hafner 0 for 3. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Letter high blazer from Orselli. This has been a very entertaining game. A lot of runs, a lot of activity. Some good defense, too. Right on right here. Hafner waits. Same pitch, same result. Maybe a little higher. It's 0-2. He takes off his helmet, wipes some perspiration away, steps out of the box, taps on the lid, adjusts the batting gloves, ready to step in with those white and silver Adidas spikes. Right foot first, left foot second, taps on the dish, waves the bat once, wiggles the fingers. Runner at third, 1 gone. Ohio and Ball State tied at 5. Pitch misses outside, 1-2. Will they go elevated heat here with Orselli? Bobcats scored first. That was way back in the 2nd. Ball State led 2-1, then Ohio led 3-2, and then Ball State led 5-3. Called strike 3, change up on the outside edge. And the guessing game was on, and Hafner Has to make the turn back to the third base dugout. 2 gone. It's up to Harry Whitwer-Dukes. Right man at the right time here, you would figure. Ohio's best hitter. Ohio's final home game. Ohio trying to score 3 in this inning to take the lead with 6 outs defensively to get. There is an acre's worth of room in left center field. Runner at third is Picnic. That bounces in, got away, gonna try it, and in to score without a play is how Ohio leads 6-5. Picnic read it, and he's all kinds of pumped up. Took off his helmet, does some yelling as his teammates come out to greet him. He made the commitment. It didn't get that far away, but it got far enough away for him to make a solid decision and sprint down that line, and he scores, and Ohio leads at 6-5, a 3-spot here in the 7th inning. There has been so much activity with pitchers and catchers across the country this year. We talked about that, and there's another example. 1-0 outside. It's 2-0. So now the Central Michigan Chippewas are excited, even more so after Ohio tying the game, taking the lead now 6-5. And they are the biggest Bobcat fans outside of green-clad folks all over the country. Pitch misses low. 3-0 the count on Harry Whitwer-Dukes. If Ohio wins, it's a 2-game lead for the Chippewas at the top of the standings. They've got Toledo next weekend. Ball State is Miami. 3-0 pitch to Whitwer-Dukes. Called a strike on the inside edge. Good pitch. It's 3-1. It's a role that nobody wants to be in, but it's a role that exists in sports, and that's the role of spoiler. If you can't win it, you want to make it difficult for the other team to win it. And maybe upset the apple cart, and that's what's happening here. 3-1, fly ball center. This ball's deep, way back there. Did he do it? Did he do it? He did it! A Bobcat blast for Harry Whitwer-Dukes. 7-5 Cats. Ohio's best hitter and one of Ohio's best stories comes through at one of the biggest moments of this ball game. A solo shot for Harry Whitwer-Dukes and a big smile and a look back to his family behind home plate. Just to the right of straightaway center, to the right of the batter's eye, to the left of the attack cat, and just gone for Harry Whitwer-Dukes and Ohio on top 7-5. And Ball State's going to the pen. They got to the closer, Andre Orselli, and he is out of the game. Cats on top by 2 with the 4 spot in the 7th. 90-second pause. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Home run, Harry Whitworth Dukes, his 5th, RBI 29 after Tanner Picnic scored on a wild pitch. It would have been a 2-run homer, but it was a solo swat. And now the new pitcher for Ball State into the ball game is 24, Ty Johnson. He's 4-2 with the 1.48 ERA. He's made 4 starts, his 15th appearance. 26 innings of work, 25 hits, 20 runs, 19 earned. He has given up 2 long balls. And the first pitch to Aaron Levy is bounced to the right side, taken off the bag quarter main, and he runs to the sack for the out, and that's the final out of this incredibly awesome 7th inning. 4 runs for Ohio in the frame, and the Cats lead at 7-5 with 6 defensive outs to get, and all the Chippewa fans are excited because they might have a 2-game lead in the standings going into the final weekend of MAC play. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. Ohio, a 4-spot dropped on the Cardinals like the Gap Band. 6'4", 193, Colin Sells into the ball game now for Ohio. Colin Sells out of Lancaster and Bloom Carroll High School. 27, Colin Sells into the ball game now for the Bobs as they started off here in the top of the 8th inning. Now, this game's not over. No. Ryan Peltier to lead it off. They're going to come back with something. Peltier, Sebi, and Tellier, the bottom of the Ball State lineup, set to go. First one missed from Colin Sells. It is 1-0 to Peltier, who doubled and brought in a run in the 4th. Hits here in the 8th, 2-0 the count. Cats trying to close out the home season at 19-10, trying to get to 18 up and 18 down in the league. Sells gets it in the zone for a strike. It's 2-1. Sells, who has started 4 games, including in the series 1-3 with a 5.80 ERA, 35 2/3 innings of work, 28 strikeouts, 14 walks. Bouncing ball to short. Room service for Weissenseal, who throws to first to retire the Cardinal leadoff man, Peltier. Here's Chase Sebi. 1 gone in the Cardinal 8th. Ball State trying to win the regular season title for the 6th time in program history. This is their 100th year of baseball. They came into the back in the 70s. They really had a athletic program without a nest. They were in a basketball conference that included Northern Illinois, it included Illinois State, Southern Illinois, Indiana State for a time in the 70s, and then found a home in the MAC. 8 division titles. Ohio has not won 1 division title, but the divisions are gone now. RIP. Sebi has a 1-1 count on him. Ohio won the first regular season title in 48. The pitch has popped up. This is into shallow right. 3 fielders out there. Who wants it? And it drops in. Nobody wanted it. Oy vey. In the Bermuda Triangle with Richardson in, Funderburg out, Whitworth Dukes out. Tying runner to the plate. Here's Adam Tellier. So a pop of a base hit into the right side Bermuda Triangle. And here's Tellier. He's 0 for 3 today. Ground out, strikeout. Colin Sells trying to induce a double play. If he gets the same sort of grounder that Peltier sent out to Weisenseal, they'll turn it. Line drive center field, charging, not making play. Big hop for Fabic. It's a single. That's a tough play. It was about head high all the way. Fabic charged in, realized he couldn't make the catch. Uh-oh. First and second the runners. Up to second goes Sebi. Here's Aaron Simpson. And the big boys for Ball U on deck. Simpson singled and scored in the 7th. 7-5 Cats, top of the 8th. Home finale for this series and season. Their center fielder takes a strike on the outside edge. Good pitch from Colin Sells. It is 0-1. Well, it's been an entertaining ball game no matter what happens the rest of the way. Bobcats have battled all year. They've just had a case of the splitsies all season long. So many splits. This is fouled back. 0-2 the count. Splits galore. This would be Ohio's 6th. Ohio's dropped 2 series. Ohio had 1 series win. That was over Eastern Michigan. 0-2 the count on their leadoff man, Aaron Simpson. And the pitch. Pushed him off the plate inside. 1-2. And they've battled all year. Obviously, the future will be what the future will be, and we'll find out about the future a little later on. Who will man the program permanently as the head coach. Check swing on a pitch low and outside. 2-2 the count. To their credit, just put their head down and done and said what they need to do and say. And the future will be what the future will be. And I guess that's the case for all of us, right? Here today, Ohio would like to win. 7-5, top of the 8th, 1 gone, 2 aboard, leadoff man Simpson. From Sells, bouncing ball left side of the infield, Weisenseal to his right. He has no play, and the bases are loaded. That was placed perfectly because it was a long run for the shortstop once it got past Hafner. Sacks are packed with Cardinals, and Ball U is making this one difficult. You knew they would. Here is Trenton Quartermain, their first baseman, who's been on base today all 4 times. Bases loaded. Sebi to third. Tellier to second. Simpson at first. Here it is from Sells. Got a strike on the outside edge to the left-handed hitting Quartermain, who has 40 runs batted in this year. Double, single, fielder's choice was hit by a pitch. That's his day today. Colin Sells trying to close things out in the 8th. 7-5 Ohio, 1 gone. All cushions carrying a Cardinal. Fastball misses low and inside. 1-1 the count. Can Sells get the contact to induce the double play? And the pitch. Bouncing ball right back to him. He's coming home, and he throws it high, but hanging on to the plate is Picnic. Yes, says the home plate umpire. It was a little closer than it needed to be. Oh, man. And because of that, and the stretch out towards the mound and a high stretch, Picnic could not fire down to first. So a fielder's choice gets Sebi out at the plate. To third, Tellier. To second, Simpson. Quartermain at first. And here is Ross Messina with the Cardinal on every base again. 7-5, 2 gone, top of the 8th. Right on right here to Messina, who singled and scored in the 5th. Time call, and he'll back out of the box. High drama on a high temperature, high sun Sunday. Lots of interested parties, I'm sure. Cats up by 2, trying to send this to the bottom of the 8th. Sells from the stretch. Messina swings and bounces it to short. There's Weissenseal, underhand toss, easy for Funderburg. And Ohio gets out of trouble, and Colin Sells sails away with the Cardinals not scoring. They leave the bases loaded. Colin Sells does the job. It's 7-5 Cats. We go to the bottom of the 8th. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB.
Next time on Ask
A loud shout, Culture Club or anybody else, as we go on to, George Michael, I'm sorry, as we go on to the bottom of the 8th. 7-5 Cats. Ohio on top with 3 defensive outs to get. Sebastian Fabic will work against Johnson for Ball State, and he drops a strike in on Fabic, who has reached base 3 times today, 2 walks and a single, scored 2 runs. Ohio on top 7-5 after the Cardinals left the bases loaded. Colin Sells sealed that inning with pitching and defense. To get ground balls when you needed to make plays defensively when you needed to. That's good work. Right on right, and the pitch. Rope to left, base hit. Fabic on again. 4th time today. Here's Trey Funderburg. Trey figures to come back next year. RBI double in the 2nd. Ground out in the 4th, double play in the 6th. Hits here now in the 8th. Ohio on top 7-5. Cardinals led this baby 4-3, then 5-3. Into the bottom of the 7th, 4 spot dropped on Ball State in that frame. Funderburg, just a little bit of a tip off the bat, back to the backstop. It is 0-1 as he attempted to bunt. It's been a tough year for everybody to manage COVID testing and the bubbles and the protocols and all that. But if Ohio could get this win today, that would be something for sure. And to leave their paw print on the top of the MAC. Pitch misses low to Funderburg. It is 1-1. Thank you, sir. Is this a full octane pina colada? No, this would be. It's fine. Peach margarita from Rick. And so, has this been offered all year? Bunt pulled back. Runner goes down to second. Throw to second. Not in time. Stolen base. So Ohio gets a man in scoring position just like that. Fabic can fly. So a little extra treat here for the booth. There's no alcohol in this, unfortunately, but still a slushy little pina colada mix here. Final game of the home season. Might as well have it. Runner on at second, 2-1 the count. Trey Funderburg with Fabic dancing around. The pitch is fouled off. Back at home, out of play. Yeah, the creature comforts of the Ren, and I'm been around this league for a long time. There's no grill that's better. There's no offering from a libation standpoint that's better. And you start the blender up on an 85-degree day. Man, that's good. Although, probably be a little bit tastier if there was an extra ingredient in there. But alas, what are you going to do? 2-2 pitch, up and in, 3-2. It is amazing, though. I get that question more often than a lot of other questions about have I ever had a beer or a cocktail when I've been doing a game? And the answer always is probably not. No, I haven't. On the record or off. It'd be a lot more fun if I did. This is hit on the ground, headed towards center. It's there. Past a diving Tellier into left center. Charging and picking it up Simpson, but flying around third and scoring is Sebastian Fabic. And Ohio adds on. It is 8-5 now on a single that sizzled on the ground into center for Trey Funderburg. And that combination comes through again. Here's Trevor Lucas. Ohio's up by 3, and that eruption you hear is from the fire-up Chippewas, too. It's a 3-run lead now, and they are eyeing a 2-game advantage in the standings if Ohio could get 3 more outs. And a 3-run lead with 3 more outs, yeah, that'll work to build a fire for the Chippewas. Here's Trevor Lucas. He's squaring to bunt. Nobody out in the inning. Up in the box. Ooh, that was head high. I had to duck out of the way. Ohio on top by 3. Ohio's out hit 11-9, but this has been a Sunday in the back. 13 runs, 20 hits and 1 error. Pitching coach for Ball State out to the mound. A little taste of that peach mango, I guess, daiquiri. That's pretty good. There is activity in Ball State's pen. Leadoff single, Fabic. RBI single, Funderburg. Lucas up to bunt. Can never have too big of a lead. Ohio up by 3 and would like to get more. That's a 5 spot in a row. 4 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. Lucas set a 2 RBI double in the 4th. He's up to bunt now, and he bunts it to the right of the mound. Johnson there, up the line at first. Lob toss to first, and that play is made. Quartermain there. Sacrifice complete, 1-3. Up to second goes Trey Funderburg. So here's Michael Richardson. Bottom of the lineup today. I mean, the bottom third, but if you extrapolate that past the cleanup hitters, so 5 down, Ohio has scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs. A lot of traffic on the base pass. Here's the 8-hole hitter, number 8, Michael Richardson, Ohio's right-handed hitting right fielder. 1 gone, runner at second, bottom of the 8th, Ohio on top 3, 8-5, and the first one misses inside. It's 1-0. The other question I get a lot from Ohio fans is about the trips to the postseason and how fun they are. Well, they're real fun. NCAA tournaments and all sports. Burn the candle at both ends. I mean, they're great times. Swing and a miss. The bowl trips. I mean, the postseason's just awesome. But part of it, too, the lead up to it. And hopefully we could get the roundhouse rocking in basketball next year. Ohio will be picked to win the league, I would imagine. Football, well, Ball State should be picked to win the league. They won the conference crown for the first time in the MAC championship era. Of course, they went on to the Las Vegas Bowl with all of the Lynches, their head coach and players. There's a strike to Michael Richardson, but Dancing Charlie on the helmet, they should never take Dancing Charlie off the helmet. They danced their way through Detroit and out the desert, too, against San Jose State. That was fun to see. Mike New and that program really doing it. Pitch in the turf, good eye. 2-2 the count. 1 gone here in the bottom of the 8th. Ohio on top 8-5. But yeah, the lead-ins to the postseasons and the special years, there have been a lot of them here, and there have been a lot for Ball State too. And the pitch. Bouncing ball headed up the middle. Shortstop over there, picks it. That's Tellier, throws to first. It got the first baseman Quartermine, stretched out too far, and he couldn't hang on to the sack. That's a tough play. And going to be an infield single. Runners on the corners now with one away. Here's Tanner Picnic. One gone, bottom of the 8th. So Richardson aboard. Ohio's 10th hit of the day. Picnic, the 9-hole hitter. Runner breaks from first, hit and run on, no throw through to second. That was by design. Runners on second and third, so double play, out of play now. And Ohio's done that a little bit. I talked to Craig Moore, Ohio's interim head coach, about the approach this weekend. Infield in for the Cardinals now. Would they be a little bit more aggressive based on where they're at and where Ball State's at and last home series and all of that? He said yes. And Ohio aggressively playing today, up by 3 now in the 8th. And the pitch. Line drive, center field, hit a ton, way back there, caught. Just to the left, a straightaway center, brings in a run. That was a laser to straightaway center. Ohio's on top, 9-5 now. Scoring from third is Sebastian Fabic. Here's Joe Weisenseal. All right, Funderburg scores there. Richardson at second. 9-5 Cats as Picnic lines it to center. Here's Joe Weisenseal. Back top side of the lineup. He's 0 for 4 today. There's a strike. It's 0-1. Johnson has thrown now 20 pitches. He's given up 2 runs. The other runs last inning credited to Orselli. Bouncing ball, chopped towards third, waiting on it. Peltier has to strong throw to first, and it's dug out by Quartermain. That's a heck of a play, and that's out number 3. He had to swat at it with a scoop, the old scoop and swat. And Ohio adds another insurance run. 9-5 as we go to the 9th, and it's time to pump it up at Bob Wren Stadium for the last time this year. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB. They pump it up at Bob Wren Stadium. That's the song they play. Real kind of club beat as we go into the 9th inning with the lead. Ohio on top 9-5. Callan Sells out there and Nick Powell to lead it off for the Cardinal crew, down by 4 and potentially down 2 games in the back standings. First pitch, bouncing ball to second, circling it. Trey, sidearm throw first, got him. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Noah Navarro. Ohio on top by 4. We're in the 9th. Ohio trying to get to 18 up and 18 down in Mid-American Conference play and close the home season at 19-10. And get to 5 above 500 overall. Colin Sells to Navarro. First one missed outside. It's 1-0. Temperatures in the 80s. Feels like summer. Always feels better if Ohio could get it done at the Ren. Good vibes this weekend, the back half of the weekend anyway. Pitch misses low to Navarro. And just for whatever reason, this team has just not been able to get out of the split situation they've been in. But that's the best they can do after dropping the first 2, and the best of what they can do could be what they did. There's a strike to Navarro. It's 2-1. And they'll get some bounce going to Kalamazoo next weekend. 2-1, right down Court Street. It's 2-2 from Colin Sells. Ohio led 1-0, then trailed 2-1, then led 3-2, then trailed 5-3 into the 7th. Into the bottom half of the 7th when Ohio scored 4 and didn't look back. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Colin Sells gets Navarro swinging. It was dropped by Picnic. Throw to first in time. There's 2 gone. And it's come down to the final card. Pinch hitter for the Cardinals. 12, Mac Murphy, sophomore from Indianapolis, is Cathedral High School. 5'10", sophomore, left-handed batter. Potentially out 27. Colin Sells brings it home. Tapped at the plate, foul, and that got a little bit of the mask of Tanner Picnic. He had to shake it out a little bit. It's 0-1. Through all of this, it's been tough for everybody. And it's really a shame that there isn't a MAC tournament in baseball this year. There will be next year, but gosh, it would have been fun this year. That's low. And Ohio would be fighting for a spot in it. End of season drama for 2 teams for sure, and I guess you could include Western Michigan into that mix too. We'll see the Broncos next weekend, but a tournament would have been fun. Fly ball, shallow center, coming on Fabic, can't get there. It's a base hit. So the pinch hitter, Murphy, singles. Here's Ryan Peltier. It will be a 4-team tournament next year. Wish it could have been done on the fly this year, but it will be at the top seed, the regular season champion. So 4 is better than none, but that's next year. Ohio trying to close this out. Ohio on top 9-5, top of the 9th. Man on, 2 gone. Here's the right-handed hitting third baseman Peltier, who is 1 for 4 today, and he takes a strike. It is 0-1. The Bobcats just kept battling today. Ball State's last NCAA tournament appearance was 2006. They were in Lexington, too. Much like Ohio was in 2017. There's a strike. It's 0-2. This season will not end with the MAC title for Ohio, but the Bobcats have some bounce here at the end of this campaign and putting the brakes on what was a bit of a slump last couple of weekends here. Well, here we go. 2 strikes on Peltier, runner at first. Swinging a bouncing ball to short. Easy for Weissenseal, and an easy play, sometimes the hardest play, and that rolls under him and in the left. And E6 puts 2 on now. First and second, the runners. Here's Chase Sebi. Sometimes the easiest plays are the hardest plays. And that was real easy, and I'm sure Weissenseal would tell you that too. But here's Sebi with 2 aboard. The Cardinals aren't cooked yet. Tying runner is on deck. This is Sebi. He is 1 for 4 today. Sells trying to get 1 more out in the 9th. And the pitch. High. It's 1-0. Sells from the belt. Here it is to the 8-man lineup, Sebi. Low and away. 2-0. It would be best not to amp up the drama with the bases loaded and 2 gone in a 9-5 game. 2-0 the count. Sells for Chase Sebi. Low, it's 3-0. Ohio was picked 7th in the league. Will finish better than that. Ball State picked tied for 3rd with Miami. Will finish better than that, most likely. Sebi with 2 on, 2 gone. 9-5 Ohio lead. 3-0 strike. Potentially generous. It is 3-1. Three-one pitch to Sebi. Same pitch, same result. It's 3-2. Ohio's a strike away from slamming the door. 3-2 the count. 2 gone. Top of the 9th. 9-5 Ohio. Sells for Sebi. There the runners go. That missed. Ball 4. That is a really tough take, but he took it, and it was outside of the zone. And the bases are packed with Cardinals now. And there's still more chirp in the Chirp Chirp crew. Here is Adam Tellier. Oy vey. A Cardinal on every base. Tellier, their shortstop. Mitch Moorman out to the mound now, Ohio's pitching coach. And he's going to try to settle down Colin Sells. Just got to get one more. This is the tying runner at the plate, so you could feel a little bit more relaxed in the situation. It's not like it's a 9-8 game. It's a 9-5 ball game, and I'm sure that's what Mitch is telling his infielders and battery about. 9-5, Ohio trails, Ohio leads, and Ohio's going to the pen right now. All right. So Colin Sells' day is done. Ohio's going to the pen. Sells gets a glad hand, and man, did he wiggle out of a jam in the 8th to get Ohio into this situation for them to add insurance runs and to get into the 9th. So all hands on deck today as Ohio tries to close this out. 9-5 the score. We'll step aside for 60 seconds for the pitching change. We're in the 9th with the bases loaded and 2 gone. This is Bobcat Baseball on AM 1340 WOUB.
Ohio Bobcat Baseball 2021 is on WOUB.
Eddie Cutt is in for the Cats. He went the distance in the 7-inning game yesterday. He's in to close it, and the second pitch he throws is served up into shallow left field, and it's in for a base hit, and 2 Cardinals score. It's 9-7 now. Adam Tellier comes through to take this a little closer and take this a little further down the line. 2 RBI single to left. Runners on first and second now. Back topside, Aaron Simpson. Oof. 9-7, 2 gone, top of the 9th. Eddie Cutt wet the distance yesterday in the second game of the doubleheader and got the win in the 5-1 win. The righty from California will face off with Simpson, and the first one is a strike. It is 0-1. So back-to-back days of work One is a starter, one to try to save it. Cutt making his 21st appearance. He's 8-4 with a 2.93 ERA, 4 saves. And the pitch. Bouncing ball to second, should do it. Funderburg to his left, pats the leather, throws to first, ball game. Ohio wins, Ohio wins, Ohio wins. And the Bobcats are rubbed out of the dugout, everybody out of the bullpen. The home campaign closes the right way. And the Cats paint the Wren green and white for the 19th time this year. Ohio splits the series with the Ball State Cardinals and wins 9-7 at Bob Wren Stadium. That's the ball game. Stay tuned. Our post-game report is next.